What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. We got Superstar Rob in the house.
How's it going?
Not bad. So today we got a couple things to talk about. First thing we'll get out of the way early is they dropped a Medium article on tomorrow's comic drop, Strange Academy. So let's pull that on the screen here. Yep. So we have Strange Academy #1. We all know that you're a big fan of #1 comics.
Yep. I just like the number.
Here's a nice little layout of the comic covers. That's your common. So now we know which ones are which. That's your uncommon. They're all really different and really nice. This is the rare. This is the one I'm going for.
Yeah, of course.
Pre and post market. I'm hoping I can get this under $50. That would be fantastic. Even under 60, I might take a little look at it. If it gets cool. There. This one's pretty cool too. This is the ultra rare, little cartoony. And I think this is the nicest one again. I think they did it right with the nice little circle of characters. But we got a big drop, 30,000 mints. Not that I can get those anymore, but
yeah, you can only try.
Yeah, it's a typical drop breakdown. I'm not even going to go through that, but yeah, I don't know. It's another comic, so it's not too exciting to me. I feel like we've had oversaturation of comics in the last week or so.
They're just hammering with comics all the time.
I guess if I'm going to give a price prediction here, I would say that the common is maybe going to be around $20. Uncommon, maybe like 25, 30. And rare has been anywhere between 50 and like 70 off drop. And then they go up to 90, depending on how much people like it. I feel like this is not going to be, it's not Spider-Man. So
I looked it up on Veve Rank.
Yeah.
And Veve Rank has this as a C.
Yeah.
So it's not the worst, but it's going to be probably just like
average at best. He had Last Craven as D's, right?
Yeah, he did. All those Cravens are down there on the D's. So Veve Rank just says that it's the Strange Academy, over 10 first appearances, and a potential Disney Plus show in the future.
Yeah.
So maybe
he's boosting it for Catalyst or something like that.
Right.
To me, I still think it's a lower tier. I think I could see this being between 50 and 60 for the rare, which is something I would pick up for the MCP points. If it comes out, it might start out high, and then once it gets saturated, come down a little bit. That's when I'm looking to scoop it if I don't get it on the drop. And then I think the ultra rare, this is pretty cool with the cartoons. I think this will be over 100, and this probably like 600-700.
Yeah, like the rares have done well though. Like I think it might even beat 50-60 because right now I'm seeing a lot of the rares.
I'm hoping I can scoop some right now. I'm hoping I can scoop some though in the 60, 50, 60s. That'll be fantastic.
Just snipe
40s if we're lucky.
Even better.
Yeah.
If you get one of the 40s, it'd be amazing.
That's all I got on this comic. I don't know if you have anything else or if you want to get into the big ticket item of the video.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else on this drop. We'll talk about it more tomorrow when it actually is released. We'll see if we got it or not.
Okay. But, which one's your favorite, by the way? Did we say this yesterday? I think we did. But
no, I don't know if we did. But that bottom, the secret rare is by far the best.
One. Yeah, this is the nicest. But I wouldn't mind. I don't know. I still would sell anything other than the rare off drop. I probably would even sell the rare off drop if it goes over a certain amount of dollars. Depends on where these things are sitting.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking to keep this one. Okay, so you want me to go into it? Let me pull it on the next tab here that you guys can all see.
Pull it up. So like this is a video that we've been talking about for a long time. We really wanted to make. And it's the whole idea of Omi. So there's a lot of collectors right now. We've made most of our videos have revolved around the collectibles on the app. But you cannot be a fan of Veve. And we've mentioned this before in our videos. You cannot be a fan of Veve and not at the same time be a fan of Omi. So this entire app pretty much exists to create mainstream use to ultimately burn Omi and create scarcity in the coin so that the people who created Veve would profit incredibly. I mean, they're profiting right now through all the sales.
Yeah.
But to truly make, insane amount of wealth, they want to create scarcity in the Omi coin. Yeah. And we're not there yet. Like you're looking at the charting right here, it kind of dipped and it blew up and it pulled back again. I think the whole crypto market pulled back right now.
This is only 1 month, right? And you know what? Even with the crypto market pullback, Omi didn't really pull back. If I go to the yearly chart, like the trend is still up, even with that little pullback. I mean, look where it came from. It was at like a a penny back in March, and then it took a hit, obviously. But
Yeah.
then the hype started building up, and it's staying in this little channel here between 0.004 and 0.008. It seems like it's just bouncing back and forth right now.
Right.
So I don't know. It could be primed to make a move, but who knows? Everybody here knows that January 27th is a big day. It says it right here.
Yeah.
That is the migration of the tokens onto layer 2. So immutable X, I guess, all that stuff. So we're hoping that helps us to move forward, move upward and onward. But again, long term on this one, I'm going to stick through the bounces, the ups and the downs, because like Rob said, if you're bullish on the collectibles, you're bullish on the Veve app, you got to be bullish on the token, just because the whole app was created in order to help the creators of the token rake it in. I mean, they're already taking a little bit every sale you make, but imagine what happens when their huge stake of OMI is just skyrocketing because of the lowering amount of circulating supply, and people using it they're just always using it to buy things in the marketplace, for land, all this stuff. There's tax. Who knows if there's going to be taxes on that stuff?
Yeah.
These guys have it all figured out. I feel like 10 steps ahead. So
They are very, very well planned. And
we both own some. I don't think we own too crazy amounts compared to some people on YouTube, but I'm about 50-50 collectibles and OMI right now in terms of what I've put into each.
Yeah, and I think we had a comment today mentioning how they started off with 2-to-1 ratio of OMI to collectibles, but his collectibles went up so much that it's now 3 collectibles to 1 OMI. But I think part of that reason though is
That's
because
Shane. We've seen your comment. Yeah.
Yes, it was Shane. Shane brought that up. And I think the big reason for that, though, was just the functionality of the app doesn't exist yet. So the first thing I want to bring up on basically why you don't own enough OMI, and if you are into the collectibles, you should probably consider that as part of your overall collectible portfolio in a way, is that this year is going to be a big push to getting in the new functionality in the app, which is going to help burn more OMI. So they talked about this in the last AMA. One example is going to be, let's say, buying add-ons in-app purchases like a T-shirt.
Accessories, yeah.
And we can say that we know it's coming because they're doing this migration on the 27th. That's the big step that they need to then bring in things where you say, okay, I'm going to use my OMI now to buy, let's say, a T-shirt that I want to put on my collectible. That's going to burn OMI, right? Even the
There's
fees.
a lot of things. There's a lot of things. The first thing that comes to mind when you talk about more things burning OMI, to me at least, is right now you can't take your stuff off the app, right?
Yeah.
So people are like, think about it. If you had a secret rare Spider-Man going in the market for 80 grand and you're trying to sell it for cash now because you've 10x, 20x your money, who knows how much, right? You're trying to get it off now to realize that money. You can't even move it into another crypto at this point. So what do? You take a $80,000 collectible to eBay and you sell it for 60,000 because that's the cost of doing business off app. But then the process of doing that, you're going through an escrow, so you're sending it away for free. So nothing's getting burned. You're not getting the burn from the purchase. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and just for those who don't know, there are people using escrows, which are basically middlemen, to say, okay, I'm gonna send my money to the middleman. When he sends me the collectible, I get the money. So really what's happening is within the app, they're just getting what Veve sees is just a transfer. But on the back door in the actual real world, there's actually a transition of money. That's not good because it's not burning OMI.
Because whenever you purchase something with gems, there's a burn from the reserve wallet to match that gem amount, right? So it's that's completely eliminated with this type of action. So right now, the big ticket items mostly I feel like are being sold for real money. I don't think many people have the gems in the account, especially when you're limited to how many gems you could put in at a time. I'm sure there's people from the beginning who had like a bunch of Todds, a bunch of the OG stuff that they can sell off for major gains. But I think it's limited to a few amount, like a small amount of people that have that amount of buying power on the app. So it only makes sense that a lot of the transfers we see are happening off the app, and that's not good right now. So we need the MTL to come quickly. And when that does come, there'll be a lot more burning if people are able to get the funds in through OMI, and then OMI to Gem. Or I don't even know if that's going to be a thing. If it will just be buy with OMI, I'm not sure what the plans are
I
down
think it will be.
the
I
line.
think it. Yeah, I think Omi to Gem's a thing. I think
I'm
it.
not sure even how it will work with the burn though. If you purchase with OMI, or if it has to be when you purchase with Gems that it comes out of the reserve wallet.
Well, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna allow, like, if I had to speculate, they're gonna allow Omi to Gems, because then when you spend the gems, it all got burnt. But
Yeah,
what makes sense to me is that they won't allow
Gem to OMI.
Gem
Yeah,
to Omi. What you're gonna do is, and that's why MTL is so important, Gem to fiat. Because if you allow Gem to Omi and then potentially Omi back into the exchanges, you've just
yeah,
created a selling pressure on the
yeah.
exchanges for people trying to get their money out. You're better off staying off the exchanges, being in the app, and just giving fiat
Charging a fee.
directly
Charging a fee.
and
Charge
charging
like
a
10,
fee.
15%. And that makes the most sense. You're right.
And
And
fiat,
now, if you were to convert from gems to fiat, though, how would that work in terms of burning? I don't think there might be some details on that in the white paper. I don't know. I haven't really dug deep into it.
yeah,
And again, we don't have a lot of OMI, but I have, like I said, it matches what I invested into collectibles. So it's also based on how much knowledge I have of the token. I mean, if I don't know every single thing about the token, I'm not going to put all my money. it's
yeah,
it's a balance, and none of this is financial advice. We're just sharing our experience and what we think. But like Rob said, there's a lot of catalysts coming 2022, and the first of which is January 27th, this migration.
yeah, yeah. And like there's like so much more is coming. Like I want to speculate a little bit further. Like I saw some guys on Reddit talking about maybe potentially bringing in other in-app purchases, like material for your showroom. So maybe you
Yeah,
can buy different flooring, or you can
that'd
buy
be cool.
different walls to help decorate it more, because eventually that can tie into the VV-verse.
Yeah. And how's that? Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say that. How's the land going to tie into your showroom? Is your land then going to become a showroom where you like decorate your land, or you have trees and stuff? I don't
Well,
know. Yeah.
yeah, I want to add to that. So let's just say, for example, now there is a VV verse, right? You almost create this ecosystem where Omi can be burned. So maybe you're going to allow people to monetize their showrooms where they would burn Omi for an entrance ticket. Why
Yeah.
would they do that? Well, just some examples. Like maybe when gamification comes into play, maybe you're going to have something like Pokemon battles, and you buy tickets to the event and you can watch
Yeah.
it.
And you
Or
use
maybe
only
you're
to
going to
buy the
have
tickets.
trading game competition.
Yeah.
And these are not my unique ideas. These are things I read on Reddit. I think the shout out who deserves this, his name's Roundbox7,
Hmm.
who wrote a long, detailed Reddit post about the pathway to the VV-verse. And I think
Yeah.
these are all great ideas, and they make a lot of sense.
So no, that's
So
crazy. That's it's just so much like you can't know everything about it, and there's so much speculation, and it's going to be fun to see what the actual pathway we take and watch the navigation here. I mean, I'd love to have some more OMI. It's a little bit difficult to purchase at the moment. There's a lot of waiting. You're waiting for for your money to be deposited, then you're waiting for your coins to be deposited, and then you're waiting for all these transfers, and it's nerve wracking. And I think that's another big obstacle in terms of the price right now. I think that it's not for your everyday person, and I know a lot of people talked about that already. So we don't want to go into too much detail, but um, obviously ease of access is a big thing, and if you can buy OMI on the app directly, that eliminates a lot of the issues. So
yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be that easy. If it's going to be you can buy it directly, or if you have to buy it on another exchange, because we know some exchanges are coming in February. I think they said up to 5.
yeah,
Even if 1 or 2 of those is a major exchange, it makes it a lot easier and a lot more accessible.
right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, but even like a lot of people in the NFT world, I mean, it's so there's obviously going to be someone out there who's done more investment in terms of you. But at the
Yeah,
end of the day, does it really matter? Like if you have high, and this is not investing advice at all, but the multiples on these things are so high that even if you don't have a lot, you can still realize potentially, maybe, if things do work out how we think they're going to work out long term, you can get some pretty good gains even if you're not putting in a lot initially.
yeah,
So for me, I'm in for the long term. I'm not going to get scared off by any dips, because I know that this app exists to create
yeah,
scarcity in Omi, and it's not even fully developed yet in order to bring that scarcity to where
yeah.
it needs to be. How long is it going to take? I don't know. We can only speculate. but it's definitely exciting to wait to see and watch the Veve app constantly evolve, and the new users
Yeah.
coming in every day, right?
I actually saw a comment on, I don't know if it was yesterday's video or the video before, and somebody was commenting, and this is totally off topic. It's about how Disney, like, just because you're speaking about the evolution of the app, someone was talking about how Disney, um, I think it was a Disney exec. I don't want to find I'll find their name afterwards. But they were saying that the Disney exec, there was a video, and he's talking about how he thinks that it's the Happy Meal toy. That's what Veve is. He thinks that Disney's going to come out with their own stuff, and that'll be the real
Yep.
stuff. And this is the Happy Meal toy. So why are people getting so excited? And and he was specifically mentioning the golden moments and how he thinks that the only reason they did it was to promote Disney Plus. And I totally disagree with him. I think that it's true. Okay, they did use it to promote their Disney Plus, but then you got Steamboat Willie, and now you're getting Mini with zero utility as far as we know so far. Steamboat
Yeah.
Willie, I don't think had anything.
Right.
I think if anything, and this is just pure speculation again, but I think if anything, and I said this is how I responded to his comment, because it could have made this into its own video, but I don't know. I think it's not detailed enough. But if you can't beat them, join them
Yeah.
or buy them. That's what I said. I said we can't beat them, join them,
Yeah.
or buy them.
Or buy
Because
them.
if Disney's realizing all these gains and they're excited for it, why do they got to do it on their own? Let someone else do it for you, dump the bag on them, and then let them run it or figure out later.
I remember that someone made a comment. What about the
Yeah.
Disney metaverse? And it's a fair point. And
Yeah.
Disney's going to come out with their own metaverse, but these are the initial Disney ones. So
Here, this is the
Disney's
one. Paul Perrot. He's
okay.
the one who posted the link and had me watch the conversation. It was a big YouTube channel. I forget the name, but they were talking to a former Disney executive, and he called it the Happy Meal, and I didn't jive with that part.
Well, and they're going to make their own metaverse, and they're going to have their
Yeah.
own initial. But at the end of the day, these are the first
And that's
Disney
what he
licensed ones.
says. He
And
says
there's
they
another
screwed up.
benefit. If
Yeah.
Disney makes their own metaverse, they're not licensing deals with other brands. At least Veve will have other brands to help promote the overall app as well.
I don't think that they're going to make their own NFT platform. I think if they do it, it's going to be through Veve, or they're going to be partners in terms of that. Because think about it, all Marvel is on Veve. Like, they own Marvel.
Yeah.
So
A lot of
there's
Marvel.
a lot of
Tons.
Marvel on the app right now. Why are they going to go and compete with it? They're making money off of every sale already. They're already like deeply involved in this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Sorry, we went really off topic. I brought that because I just remembered it, and I didn't really want to make its own video.
Yeah.
But it's just another example of the rabbit hole you get down when you think of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I know you have some stuff you want to bring up on your side there. You want to pull
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now. So just to let me just bring this up on 1 second.
Yeah.
So this is Putt and Cheeks. I guess this guy's a legend in the community.
I don't see it.
No.
Nope.
You can't?
No.
Okay, I'll pull it up again. How about
there
now?
It is. Yeah, now I can see it.
There we go.
Okay.
So Putt and Cheeks is a legend in the community. You really need to track this and a lot of people talk about this all the time. He keeps an updated burn sheet. So if you open it up, you can click the link right here. You can see how much total OMI has been burned to date. And you can also see the comparable price of USD. So this is the flip. So when you see 0.006, if you go 1 divided by that, this is just the number rounded up, right? So there's a nice trend that you can obviously kind of make sense with scarcity, right? We did a quick correlation, and you can see it's correlated. Obviously, the more that gets burned, the more expensive OMI's getting, right? You need less USD to get to that 1-to-1. So this is something that should be tracked closely. I mean, if you start getting into OMI, and again, for anyone watching that only has collectibles, definitely worth considering. I mean, you might just love collectibles and stick to that. But if you want a different kind of angle at it, more of like Veve as a whole succeeding, and then understanding that maybe OMI, which runs Veve, is going to be maybe the next thing to jump in the short term because the collectibles have kind of already popped. I don't know, just speculating, right? This is a cool spreadsheet to watch and check up on every once in a
It's
while.
really good. He updates it daily, and even that first column there, if you look at it, where it says total OMI burned, and this is just from collectibles. So like yesterday, 275 million OMIs were burned, equivalent of $1 million or 1.7, right? Is that what I see there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, 276 million OMI burned just from collectible purchases.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like that's
crazy.
That's crazy stuff, and that's like without half of the things implemented that we talked about that will help to escalate the amount of burn.
Well, it's 26 billion. It's been like a year. Imagine as more people come on the app. I mean, if we're right about this whole, if you add 20,000 linearly, you get to 8 million, or if exponentially you get to 33. The rate at which this gets burned, 26, it's going to do more than 26 billion next
think
year.
to get those numbers though, you have to be like, you have to think about it. When we came onto the app, it was a reasonable expectation that you would be able to win a couple drops here and there.
Yeah.
They need to either increase number of collectibles per drop, or come up with a different system, because as they get bigger, I'm telling you now, like even just talking to my wife, she's already getting turned off by the fact that she can't win a drop.
Yeah.
And it's I think if you want to move up, why try? She's like, I don't want to log on the app anymore. My collectibles are staying the same. She checks it here and there to see how much they've gone up, but I'm still getting her to do the drops, but like it's been a while since she's been able to win one, right? So it's something that I think they have to look at seriously, because I think that they will notice a slowdown in growth if that doesn't get fixed. So and I think
unless they can bring in other incentives.
I think the only way to do it realistically is to make there be a larger amount of collectibles per drop, and if it's by making more variety, more variations, maybe you have 10 variations instead of 5. I don't know what you do to get there, but that's only good for people who've been in early, because you have even more limited supply on your collectibles.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Let us know in the comments. What do you think are the ways that they can do that? Because I'm sure that a lot of you are experiencing the same thing as the user base grows.
Yeah. And in the short term, like, that would work. In the long term, hopefully gamification or some other incentives,
something to keep people on.
Yeah, we'll do that. So, all right. Well, I think that was a good cover. So
I think that's what we want to talk about. We talked about the OMI. I guess we bought it not too long ago. You can see on the channel, I posted a video the day I bought it. I think you bought it the day after, or 2 days after that, or something like that. A little bit of hiccups getting it in the account, but you ended up getting it in there. So we have our own now, and that's it. Let us know if you guys own any OMI. We've seen a couple comments in the comments that talked about your percentage of portfolio. I always like seeing that. How much percentage is OMI? How much percentage is collectibles? Like I said, I'm 1-to-1. I think you're a little bit more OMI than collectible in terms of investing.
Well, as of right now, my book value was actually the same, but my collectibles have gone up. So
your book value, that's what I'm talking book value. So okay,
my book value was 50-50. Yeah,
we're 50-50. So let us know. Maybe we should be more one side than the other. Let us know what you think. I'm really bullish on the OMI, especially now that we talked about it even more. I don't know what I feel like doing. But if I was able to sell some of my collectibles off to buy OMI, that would have been a nice thing right now. Maybe that's what will happen as soon as I can do that. But who knows where OMI will be by then. So again, let us know in the comments what you think. If you just found us, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this type of talk, I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but some more details that a lot of people have been asking about in the comments, and we're trying to give you what you're asking for. So hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye-bye.